Thunderbolts is one of Marvel Studios' best movies in a long time. Yes, even better than Deadpool and Wolverine, which, while that movie was a lot of fun and all the fan service and cameos were really sweet, it did have a pretty paper-thin plot. Thunderbolts is up there with Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, in my opinion at least, is one of the best movies Marvel has put out in a long time. I'd also put Shang-Chi up there too. That film is incredible and extremely underrated. But a funny thing about Thunderbolts is it actually feels like the same movie from start to finish, and you're probably thinking, well, that's a no-duh sort of thing. But if you've watched any Marvel movies lately over the last several years, you know that that's definitely not always the case. It's not uncommon for these movies to have several writers on them over the course of the project, and then by the time you get to the finished project, it's kind of all these different scripts mashed all into one, and that's definitely not the case here. It absolutely feels like you're watching the same movie from start to finish, which was a very refreshing thing for an MCU movie of recent memory. A lot of talk online how Florence Pugh stole the show, which she absolutely did. Yelena Belova is essentially the main character of the film, and Florence Pugh gets the most to do here. So yeah, she really shines. But I also really loved Wyatt Russell as John Walker, U.S. agent. He's absolutely hilarious in this movie, and how he interacts with the rest of the team, with them all making fun of him and ripping on him for being the cheap rip-off Captain America, is really funny. And John Walker was probably the real standout of the movie for me, but all the characters are a ton of fun, and their chemistry is what really drives the movie, so all the characters are really great in this. Lewis Pullman, who plays Bob, Sentry, and also the Void, who's the villain in the film, the Void. I won't say too much about the Void because I don't want to give anything away, but Lewis Pullman essentially plays three different characters here, and wow, he's absolutely incredible. He's amazing in this movie. I didn't realize what a good actor he was. Other than the ones I already briefly mentioned, Sentry or Bob is such a standout character. The way they did his powers and the way they use him is really impressive. He was super, super cool. If you don't really know, Sentry is basically a Marvel version of Superman, so he's incredibly powerful, and how they use him is really well done. And the final quick thing I want to say about the movie is that it does have two post-credit scenes, a mid-credit scene and then a true post-credit scene at the very end of all the credits. And it's kind of a return to form for Marvel, as the post-credit scene, the end one, really carries a lot of weight. It actually teases something to come in the next movie, or one of the next films, I should say. Not just something they hope to maybe pay off one day, which obviously essentially never happens. This is a real post-credit scene that actually teases what's coming next. So definitely make sure you stay all the way through the credits, because this post-credit scene is a pretty big one. So definitely stay all the way to the end of the movie. Go see Thunderbolts for sure. It's such a quality film. The most quality film Marvel Studios has actually put out in a while, and we should all definitely really support it. So go see the movie. And if you've already seen it, please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments.